UGC in the house. Hey, goddess. What's up, Juan? Y'all like up the stream, like up the stream. Y'all be trying to get stingy on the likes. No point. No point. It's UGC in the house. Thank you, Rose. Is that Rose? Thank you for your donation. Appreciate it. Great way to start. Y'all like up the stream. Hello. A dose of sulcus a day keeps insanity away. I love it. Yes. We're trying to stay sane out here, ain't we? Woo! But it's getting harder. Y'all like up the stream so I can start. Greetings. Who's that? Sonia? Welcome, Sonia. Come on in and like up the stream, please. As soon as I get equal amount of likes, I can start. How many of y'all saw the NAS X video? Why should his handlers tell him not yet? He had children as fans. He still has children as fans. It's not a had, unfortunately. It's not a had, it's a have. Play some African stuff.
We've got some live music for you right now,
Tune
and this
in.
is a real treat.
See how many likes we got. Get
and
the
son
likes up,
who are
y'all,
part
so I
of
can
an
start.
amazing musical dynasty and tradition in Mali. They are Tumani and Siddiqui.
Did anyone see the
Diawase
video?
and his son
NAS X
Siddiqui
video?
playing the track for us right here live in the Treehouse. 70 generations of Kora playing has come together to make a wonderful record, and they're playing for us now.
Get the likes up so I can start. Y'all not gonna handle me like 12 years a slave out here. Y'all not gonna handle me like some nigga girl out here. You're gonna appreciate me like you appreciate all these shit stains out here that you watch. You're gonna show your appreciation by putting a thumbs up, or I take this to the catacombs where I know the love is there. Shit free and I gotta beg for a thumbs up. Where? Y'all must think YouTube pay bills for me. Is that your impression? Wayward vlog. woman, if a person looks like a woman and they're a woman or something like that, was that you? Is that you, Kimmy? Kimmy, like, y'all, they messing with the stream. What the hell? Can y'all see me? Someone say they can see me. Can y'all see me? I know it was buffering. All right. So, for those of you who are here for the first time, my name is Selkis. I'm an artist, an author, a poet, a medicine woman, and a life coach, founder and the ambassador of the Ugly Girls Club. Check the banner, check the about section, check the premiere video of this platform to get an idea. I don't know why my connection, it's like it's a delay. To get an idea of the whole premise of the channel. This is not a level up channel. This isn't a how to get a man channel of any sort. You'll have to go somewhere else for that. And if you're bothered by the word ugly, if you're bothered by that, if you're offended by that, you also will have to find somewhere else where they do self-esteem techniques by telling you you're beautiful over and over again, and then I don't know, you hopefully you believe it. You know, if that works for you, then you go there, you go to those channels, those outlets, those platforms, and those life coaches that tell you that thinking that you're beautiful is the way that you're going to heal yourself. I personally don't agree with that. I don't see it as a healing modality. I see it as digging yourself deeper down a rabbit hole of sorts. Femininity in itself, oh Lord, femininity, arguably what we define as femininity today is really narcissistic traits within itself. This compulsive, obsessive concern about how one looks is not healthy. It's just not healthy. But anytime we talk about self-esteem in association with women, beauty has to be inserted in there some sort of way for you to compute or for you to grasp the concepts of self-esteem, when one self-esteem doesn't have anything to do with how you look. It doesn't. So my methodology of helping women balance themselves, get some equilibrium within them, is through divestment of beauty itself. And when I say divestment, I mean you're divesting from worrying about being defined by people outside of yourself. The worry that you have over if this person finds you attractive or not is what we're separating ourselves from. What do I say on this channel, UGC, that beauty is? Does anyone want to fill it in? Beauty is? Anyone want to fill in the blanks on that? Where are my students at? Beauty is? Come on now. Thank you. Thank you. That's all it is. Beauty is a tool. That's all it is. And that's how we see it here. That's the value that it has here on this channel, on this platform. That's it. So moving forward, this video, thank you, Sierra. We deep in here today. Thank you, Shelly. Y'all know, y'all are listening. I love it. Someone made a comment because I did a post on the community tab section of this platform. Y'all need to go and check it out. Some juicy stuff there too. There's some really nice stuff. You like to read? I like to write. If you like to read, you go there and read the stuff. And then go to the site and subscribe too, because I post on the blog page of the site, theuglygirlsclub.com. Theuglygirlsclub.com. Divine Angel said, beholder. No, babe. That wouldn't be it. That's not what we say beauty is here. It's a tool, sweetheart. It's a tool. That's all it is. And actually, beauty is not a virtue. It's a tool. That's the whole thing. It is not a virtue. And you've been pumped with the doctrine and the propaganda of beauty being a virtue, and then want to sell this to you, because as long as they sell this to you, they have control over you, because they understand that you being beautiful is one thing, but you have to wait for him to validate that. You still are a sitting duck, because you have to wait for him to agree with it. Therefore, he will always have the power. Therefore, the beholder always has the power over your beauty. And we say, no, you got that. I'm going to give that to you. I'm going to give that back to you. You go ahead and hold that. Hold that for me. Put that on the side there, because you still have work to do. Aside from thinking that I'm attractive, there's still work for you to do. And a lot of these guys get upset at all that. They're like, it's not fair. Hypergamy and this and that and another. They're always blaming us for being materialistic and all that stuff. Let all the shame that these men try to impose upon you go. Just let it all go. Just woo side out. Because we know, and you probably know too, that the goalpost of what you need to be is constantly moving. It never stays still. It never stays still. There's always going to be a problem with you. Men come to my channel and they have a problem with us saying that we're ugly. Any other time we ugly. But because we're saying it now, they have a problem with us saying that we're ugly too. So you see, everything is a problem. Or should I say everything's a complaint? Men have a lot of complaints, but they don't have a lot of objections. And you can ask any prostitute about that. Men complain out the wazoo about everything, but they don't have too many objections. They don't have too many real objections. You can ask any sex worker, call them on the main line, and let them give you some history. Let them fill your head with some stories about this thing. So that's what it is. Where's my water at? I thought I had another water here. To get some water. So that's what it is, y'all. So we are showing women, or I have created this coalition of women so that I can disseminate, real elementary knowledge, to know how to navigate through this thing and not feel badly about who they are, about how they look, not feel diminished in the presence of any beautiful woman or attractive man, whoever, so that you can get on with the business of living. You can get on with your life, right? You said it's a big game of chutes and ladders. Like we have no right to need their lives. Guess they have no material to work with. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe they are running out of material. Yes, y'all, please like up the stream. Please like up the stream. So, somebody brought to my attention, sadly, this video from NAS X. Now, my internet, something's going on with my internet. What the hell? My connection is crazy. You saw it today, GJ? Yes, I saw it too. And I was traumatized. I gotta say I was traumatized by it. I don't know, and I'm gonna just be honest, that this video by NAS X, was it Montero? Call Me By Your Name. This particular video affected me it disturbed me. I thought it was disgusting on a whole, but it was a whole nother level of disgust. Even WAP, as trash as that video is, and the song, everything is, it is something different. I know people are comparing them now, but there is something, a higher level of sorcery, witchcraft, sorcery, whatever you want to call it. I can't think of a proper name for it, that this particular video with Lil NAS X has. Now, he's come a long way from Old Country Road? That cute little jingle song that he had out, although I didn't really study the lyrics. I think some of the lyrics were janky in that too. But, his fan base was kids when he first came out. His fan base, there was little kids singing his songs at elementary schools and stuff like that. So he started out, his fan base was very, very young people. And with this video now, I heard he was doing some breakdown of the symbolism, stating what the symbolisms is good. It's good to have that, right? But the mind or the brain of a human being isn't fully developed until they're how old, y'all? How old? How old? When is the brain fully developed in a human being? There you go. There you go. 25. So until you are 25, you're not thinking straight. You're not a full adult, let's say, until you are 25. 25. So what is a 16-year-old and a 15-year-old supposed to, how are they supposed to process what they're seeing here? How are they supposed to process what they're seeing? You can't get a break on your car insurance until you're 25 years old, because the insurance company knows that the likelihood of you doing some stupid ass shit the probability is very, very high until you are 25 years old, arguably. So when you have these four are watching it, what are they going to process in the imagery that they're seeing in that video? What are they going to process? It is crazy. The imagery and the whole atmosphere of the video, to me, was synonymous with a Marvel movie like Iron Man or Captain America, Avengers Infinity War, that kind of thing. I liken the imagery that I saw in that video, the quality of it was on the level of a blockbuster movie to me. It is very seductive. It's more like you're going into a trance. When you watch it, it's like you're going into a trance. So when in the beginning, because I wrote down some points here just so I won't forget, I only watched the video twice, so I know there'll be stuff that I'm missing. I don't plan to watch it again. I just needed to get out, the gist so that I can make this video and give you my take on it. But let's see. In the beginning of the video, he starts off with a narrative of living in a world suppressed, right? And pigeonholed by the confines of living in this society and the rules and what's right and what's wrong and all of that. He's basically stating that, society has oppressed him. So that's how he starts off the narrative. What what else does he say? You are there was a part, let me see. When he was sitting under the tree, he was frolicking in some kind of red or pink wig with baby hairs and stuff like what was it? Baby hairs in that one? Or was it two ponytails? I don't know, but he looked like symbolically he was Eve to me, right? Playing a harp, running through some poppies or whatever it is, and he sits under this tree, and then a serpent comes out the tree. Was it dreads? Okay, dreads. A serpent slides down the tree, which created the scene like sort of Adam and Eve story. That's what it looked like to me. It looked like like he was Eve sitting underneath the tree of knowledge, and then the serpent comes down and dances around him, whispers to him, and starts charging him up with information because his eyes become illuminated when the serpent comes down and starts talking to him. Right now, some say that the serpent is representative of a woman, which I do agree with, because there's a point where when the serpent comes down, it hovers over him, and in the positioning of it, it's sort of like it looked like Geb and Nut from Egyptian religion. Nut being or Nut being the overseer of heaven, the woman, the goddess over heaven. That's the arch that the serpent made. It was exactly the same as Nut holding up the skies, and him now representing Geb or the earth. So I took the serpent to be female as well. So let me see here. The serpent tells him that if he isn't in the garden, he can sin. That's what the serpent, I believe that's what the serpent said. If I heard it right, the serpent tells Nas that if he's not in the garden, he's free to sin. And I think at that point is where he first ascends. Doesn't he ascend, y'all? He goes up and he meets an angel, I believe, and somehow gets some sort of spear or something like a spear in his hand as he goes up and gets touched by some angel. And then he descends down. The spear turns into a stripper pole, and he's swinging around now with, balls all exposed to everybody, right? Swinging around in the V split, spiraling down to hell. Spiraling down to hell. He gets to hell. Oh, wait a minute. Before that, the tree had some words on it in Greek. I think, let me see if I looked it up. What is the... Yes, the tree had words like Greek letters on it. And it said that it was taken like a bunch of philosophical writings, and it's supposed to mean they condemn what they don't understand. That's what the Greek writing that y'all see that's illuminated on the tree after he gets up and starts running. I think it's after he gets up and starts running. They know not, they condemn what they don't understand. That's the message in the tree. So then he falls down to hell, right? And then he's in his stilettos, and he starts walking towards the gates. The gates of hell is what I interpret it as. The gates open, and then there you have Beelzebub or whatever sitting on the throne. Sitting on the throne, right? And if I'm getting the timeline right, this is before that scene where he like two people are holding him back, like he's in some sort of, it looks like some Greek cathedral. There's some Greek statues and that sort of thing. If I'm getting the timeline right, I think he meets the devil before that point. Y'all help me out here. I think so. Oh no, I'm wrong. Now I'm wrong. I think I got it wrong. Either he's on Earth in Greece before he meets the devil or after. I don't know. I don't know. But that scene too, where he was like in a what you call it, where the fighting pits, and they're throwing stuff at him, and they're mocking him, and that was sort of thing. He's in sort of like a where they fought lions and stuff in Greece and shit. I don't know if that's before or after he met the devil, but at any rate, he meets the devil. He starts to doing the lap dancing and all of that, and the chorus is, I basically want to have sex with somebody I admire. I want to snort cocaine and have sex with somebody that I admire and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, I can't believe he's stating this. Not with your fan base. Promoting cocaine use and casual sex with whomever you want. That was insane to me. You said the Greek Roman scene reminded me of the homosexual Roman culture. Well, I equate that. I associated those two together too. Why would he be in any? He could have been anywhere. Why was it Greece or Rome? Because the whole homosexual thing was part of the culture. It was part of the culture there. So that's where he ended up. But it was interesting how he's on top this entity called the devil, which would be the king of hell. I would call the devil the king of hell. Lap dancing and gyrating and spinning around and twirling around. Listen, he did some moves there that I've not seen strippers do. I've not seen seasoned strippers do. It was insane. It was insane what I was looking at. 123 says, you know that the ancient Greeks are known for homosexuality. Yes. What was said to him to pitch the concept of the video? I wish I knew. I wish I knew. But basically, he was simulating sex with the devil, and the whole symbolic thing with the devil was elevation. It was him elevating himself or being free to be himself. That was pretty much the underlying message in the whole video was, now I'm outside of the garden where, I'm under parameters and all of this stuff. I'm in hell now, and I can just be myself. I can have pleasure and do what it is I want to do because I'm in hell now. Crazy to me. It's not an accident that those images were used. Nothing's an accident in media. Nothing's an accident in media. LOL, Satan's not gay though. Don't these demons take offense? Satan's heterosexual? Wait a minute. Satan's heterosexual? I had no clue. I didn't know he followed any rules. I thought Satan just do what he want to do. I didn't know Satan was heterosexual. That's news to me. That is news to me. You tell me something I did not know. You telling me something I didn't know. So after he does all the lap dancing and the gyrating and all that kind of stuff on Satan, he gets behind him and, he starts the whole caressing his chest and, loving on him and everything. And next thing you know, the dude breaks Satan's neck. Twist Satan's neck. takes his horns off and places the horns on his head. And what happens to him? His eyes illuminate, then he gets wings. What is that symbolic of, y'all? His eyes start to illuminate, like he gains power. And then you see the wings spread out behind him. He becomes a god. He becomes a god through the sexual union with the devil. Y'all, listen. I don't know why we are always fed liberation through sex. We are always fed that the way to freedom is through sexual activity with whomever or whatever we want. It is always that. This video, children are going to see it, and they're going to hear the lyrics. I want jet lag. What do you say? I want jet lag from fucking and flying. That's one of the lines in the song. I want jet lag from fucking and flying. There is nothing positive, nothing beneficial about this video. Not even the LGBTQE, the whole alphabet gang. Not even the damn trans. This ain't beneficial to nobody. Because casual sex ain't beneficial to nobody. Hello? You put your life at risk. At risk. You put your life on the line for a couple of minutes of pleasure, and somehow that is supposed to be synonymous with freedom. Somehow that's supposed to be you owning or living your truth. It's always got to be sexual. Living your truth always got to be sexual. Why is that? And the irony of it is, sex is a prison. Sex creates a prison. It creates financial hardship. You ruin your health a lot of times by the things you contract from these dirty people that you sleep with. If you have sex with someone who barely cares about you, they don't care what they give you. They don't care if they took a bath or if they're STI or STD free. They won't care about either of those things if they don't care about you. So what in this thing is supposedly liberation? But that is the message that the whole video is given, that I'm going to finally have power because I can now, take dick how I want, with whomever I want, with the devil. I'm God now because I can take dick and I'm not scared to take dick no more. That's the message of the video. I mean, in a nutshell, that's the message. You could go all kind of deeper if you want, and I don't know, go through your books or whatever and find out the symbolisms and the Baphomets and the this and that and the other. But if a 10-year-old was watching this, and a 10-year-old will be, believe it, what are they going to take from the imagery that they see? Are they're going to be like, oh, that's Baphomet? No, they're going to see an entity on a throne, which in their minds is symbolic of a king. Getting a sexual pleasure from what looks like a girl with a mustache. And then they're going to say, okay, well, it looked like he's having fun. Look like he's, he's doing his thing. The imagery in that thing was like a video game. That video was like a video game. It was like a high budget movie, a high budget action film, a Marvel comic movie. That's what it was. Totally promoting sex. Totally promoting sex. So you can go as deep as you want to go. I'm going to look at it through a 10-year-old boy's eyes because a 10-year-old boy is going to see it. And he's going to say, well, I guess it's okay to like the devil. Guess it's okay. You know, I guess it's okay. You know, cocaine, I guess cocaine, snorting cocaine is fun. Guess it's okay. Having sex with anybody that I want, no matter if they like me or not, that I guess that's not so bad. Yeah, that's the message. We are living in some insane times. Insane times. You said sponsored by Invisible Condom. Nike is issued a statement saying they will sue him for the so-called blood sneakers. I would assume that they would. It would be good PR for them to sue. Um, I don't. It would be hard for me to believe that Lil Nas team didn't foresee that something like this would be going against Nike's brand, and it just may not be a good look for the company. You know, I'm like, nobody on your team thought about that, thought about a lawsuit. I don't know. I don't know. So I would assume, you know, if Nike didn't do anything, it would look bad for them. So they have to do something. They have to do something. Thank you, Fire Sign, for the donation. Thank you for the donation. Greetings from Central America. Hey, buddy. I couldn't even watch it. I think that women should boycott the company, follow the money trail. Any shred of morality and healthy boundaries is being eradicated fast. I totally agree. It's becoming passe to hold out and be and have some sort of filter and standard for what you do with your body. And I think if there's anything that this other sexual orientations do, they come with no boundaries. That is the problem there. Anytime it's promoted, there's never any constraints with it. It's just a goddamn fuck fest and a free fall. And this is not what young people need to hear. This is not what they need to be influenced by. It's just not listen, like I said, it ain't beneficial for none of y'all to be slurping and sucking and fucking just for sport out here, whether you LGBTQ or not. But you do it. You do it. And some of y'all lose your money. Some of y'all lose time. Some of y'all lose your mind. You lose your mind too. So there's that. But if you're already mentally dead, then I guess it doesn't matter. Which a lot of people are masquerading as fully present and aware beings when they're mentally dead. When they're already walking dead. They're so wounded by their past sexual abuse and things like that they're limping. They're walking on one toe. So, you know, having destructive behavior doesn't seem like a leap. It doesn't seem like it is destructive because they are already destroyed. And these are people with voices and placards and blowhorns telling young 10 and 12 and whatever year olds that, you know, it's okay to do a line of coke and screw whoever you want. It is insane. Suckers, did you see those two girls that killed that Uber Eats driver? What? I didn't hear about that. Did that just happen? 2 girls killed an Uber Eats driver? What is going on? So it's The Walking Dead. It's The Walking Dead. If any of you have teenagers, kids in elementary school, come on up, have a conversation with them because they will probably see this video. They will probably see this video. I talked to grown people about what they thought of it, and a lot of them said they felt like they were in a trance watching it, and that's really what you feel. You feel like you are like getting sucked in when you watch it. So it's a different feeling than, like I said, WAP it's his own brand of hell itself. But it's not like this. It isn't like this. And I don't know if it's because Nas is a man, sexualizing himself like a woman. Maybe it has something to do with that duality there, that it compounds. It's just more powerful than watching two women. That part. It's more powerful because it is a man or two men together. It's more shocking. It's more shocking. Selkers with two girls were 13 and 15. They were trying to carjack the Uber driver and it went wrong. Oh no. 13 and 15. Babies. And where you think they're getting the inspiration to do all this from? Media. And you have these dumbass people parroting off, you got to monitor your kids. You got to make sure they don't watch. Excuse me? As long as your child has one friend, just one, and an internet friend at that, not even a friend to play house at your house, one friend online, and they have access to everything that this friend is doing. You can't police them 24 hours a day. This is the age of technology. So you can keep an eye as much as you can, but if there's any interaction, if your child has any interaction with anybody besides you, wait for it. Good luck on that. Good luck on that. So you definitely have to talk to them. But this thing, just assuming that it just takes a conversation to wash this stuff away, you're not being really honest about this. Because if we're really honest about this, media influences adults. The media, what we see in society, has influential impact on grown ass people. So there is never a point where we're not affected by what it is we see. And this is why the media is what it is, and why they get paid why actors get paid what they get paid, because they're getting compensated for the level of influence that they bring along with the product that they're pushing. The more influential they are, the more money they make. When Scandal first came out, every black chick was talking about getting them a Fitzgerald. Every black woman was like, I want some Oreos. I want some Oreo babies. Everybody was talking about that. Yo, let's try to see what the swirl life is about. Maybe we can marry a president. It affects you. What you see inspires you. It shows you what is possible. And if media wasn't as powerful as all of that, then people on YouTube, these YouTube channels that you used to watch, wouldn't be getting censored the way that they are. They will be allowed to express themselves, say what they want to say, present whatever they want to present without being censored. But people are getting censored left and right. Why do you think that is? Because what you see has no impact? Absolutely not. The opposite of that. And they know. This is why things are being filtered on social media now. They know. So we got to get out of our head. worrying about the kids is one thing, but if you for an instant think that they some adult right now, they're trying to reenact what they saw Nas X do, you're a fool. You're a fool. Raven says missing children, blood, all of that. Yeah, isn't the sneaker that Nas X is promoting and said it has a drop of blood in the insole, or some part of the shoe has human blood in it. And I'm like, okay, when you think of a product that you want your consumers to have, like what's the goal? You want it to be normalized to have human DNA on a product that somebody wears? For what purpose? What are you trying to normalize there? That's what you have to ask yourself. That's not just fashion. That's a statement. That's an idea. What are they trying to normalize there? And where did they get the blood from? I told y'all a couple months ago about that designer who made a handbag out of human spines, the spines of human children, I believe. Some guy out of was it the Philippines? Some designer from, I want to say the Philippines. I can't remember, Asia. One of these Asian countries. I can't remember where though. But he actually made, his bags were $5,000, and the spine or the handle was made out of human spines. And in the article it said ethically sourced human spine. I don't know how you can, okay, ethically sourced meaning what they did. I don't know what they go into the morgue. They go into families and asking to cut open the body and get a spine before it get cold, before they put them in the ground. Like, how do you ethically source human spines? And then the bag is $5,000. You can't even afford the bag. The bag is $5,000. What are we normalizing here? We only one smidgen away from people just coming out and say they eat human flesh, you know. That's kind of like gonna be next. Somebody's gonna open up some exclusive bar somewhere where you can have a Beyond Burger made of somebody's asshole. A goddamn veggie burger with a little bit of somebody's asshole in it. And it's going to be a $200 plate too. To have a human being on your plate, it's going to be $250. They're not going to do no Walmart price on that, because they got to get you out of feeling icky about it. And the best way to make you feel like you are upper echelon or special is to make it expensive. So they're going to make that dish expensive. You watch and see. And then come back in here and say, Selkis was right. Selkis was right. I just read on CNN about his sneakers sold out almost instantly. His sneakers sold out already? Wait a minute. $1,018. $1,000 with 2 ounces of blood in it? Hamburger. I thought it was just a drop. So the shoe has 2 ounces of blood inside of it, and it's $1,000. And it's almost sold out. And there it is. So now you ask yourself, well, who's buying this? Who's actually buying this shoe? Is it somebody I know? Is it somebody I dated? Is it somebody I married? Is it somebody I had sex with? Who would buy this shoe? Because if you can wear somebody else's blood, you can eat it. If you can wear it, what's the stretch between wearing and eating? Talk to me. If you can reconcile wearing something as a human, something that was inside a human's body as fashion, how much of a stretch is it to eat it? Unbelievable. White rich kids buying it. I'm sure it's more than them. Miley Cyrus bought a pair. Well, all right, Miley. Wow. So they're gonna sell out. Well, let's see. Because if Nike's gonna sue them, let's see if the production is gonna come to a grinding halt after this. No, they said, didn't they say they're only gonna sell 666 pairs? I think that was part of the marketing. So I guess that's it anyway. That they're only gonna sell 666 pairs anyway. I believe I read that. They almost spent the whole stimmy on the shoe. Pentagram symbols all over the shoe, and it references a Bible verse that mentions Satan's falling from heaven like lightning. You can't come into my house wearing those shoes. Oh, okay. I didn't catch that, but that would be in alignment with what I saw. Him going up and then falling down like Satan, a fallen angel. I mean, that's what Satan is, right? A fallen angel. That's what the story is. And Satan was the smartest angel too. Satan was the right hand of God. Here's God, and Satan was right next to him. Then they say he was the most beautiful angel. He had the highest status of all the angels. So they say. So they say. Satan was the most beautiful. Yeah. Yep. Satan was a bad mofo. A bad mofo was he. Satan was a god from the beginning. From the beginning. And that's why the symbolism is so crucial. Because it's all about being free to be who you want to be. And who doesn't want to be free to be who they want to be? I get the concept. I respect it. Anybody who wants to be whatever they want to be, I respect that, right? But we also have a moral responsibility here in what we're saying, if we have the power to influence people too. It no longer becomes, I just want to be me, if I'm carrying people with me. It's no longer about you and your life. If you are in a position where what you're saying is going to influence the behavior of other people, of thousands and thousands of people that you'll never even meet, then you have an obligation to watch what it is that you're saying and watch what it is you're promoting. Because you have reached your position of stardom is because you can influence people. You wouldn't be there. You wouldn't get paid what you're getting paid. You wouldn't get the record deal, anything like that, if you didn't have the power to influence. So there's a responsibility that comes with that. So it's no longer, I just want to be me. When you're telling, when 6 and 7 and 8 and 10-year-old children are watching you say that you want to snort coke and fuck people that you admire. It's no longer that. Sometimes it's good to just ignore all social media. No, it's not sometimes it's good. It's good all of the time. There's really nothing good. Really nothing good about social media. He was too beautiful for his own good. Who, the devil? Thank you, Kimmy. Yes, I saw. Thank you, Kimmy, for putting the gifts in my Cash App. I appreciate you for appreciating me. Thank you. The company purchased the Nikes and customized them. They are not sold by Nike. It doesn't matter. It's a Nike shoe, and it will affect their brand. They're in association with it because it's their name. So it's sort of guilt by association. So they have to do something. So Selkis, what can we do? What can we do about NAS X video? Well, just let it all unfold, I guess. Well, it's the train is not stopping, y'all. The train is not stopping, and I am of the conclusion that there's going to be a lot of casualties in this thing before it's all over. When we talk about depopulation, we automatically think of, the food supply being tainted, stuffs like that, the vaccines, maybe, Food and Drug Administration. We think along those lines. Polluted soil or air, or, stuff like that when we think of depopulation techniques. But if y'all don't think sexual behaviors it is a part of that, then you're not looking at the big picture. Because people, both male and females now, don't want families anymore. Men don't want the responsibility of a family, and women are saying the same thing. Well, I got my own money. I don't want to be bothered. Both sides of the coin. And what's so detrimental about that is that these are young people that are like, no, I'm fluid. I'm poly. I'm just gonna love everybody. I don't want to be tied down. That I don't like kids. You know how many women, young women, I say that say they don't like children. So it is that's what's going on now. So listen, sexual habits is a part of this depopulation thing too. And I've been reading reports of the sperm count of men. Y'all, the swimmers ain't as many now. I'm hearing up to 60% less volume in the nut sacks of men. Sperm counts are really, really low. They're saying it's environmental. They're saying, poor diets, environmental pollution, and all kinds of stuff is making the sperm counts low. Low. You said that video was absolutely appalling. I've never seen anything like it. I just got to be honest, and I've seen some disgusting stuff, but I would have to watch it a few more times to really grasp everything that I'm seeing, that I'm not aware that I saw. But I don't want to burn any more of my retina watching it. I watched it twice, and that's about all I can stomach. I've not seen anything like that video right there. People are going to do stupid stuff. People are going to do stupid stuff after seeing that. And Shelly says, sperm tired of swimming in the abyss? I guess. Fewer people on the planet will make it easier for the rich to extract resources from the earth. And easier to control those who survive. Easier. So when we talk about what can be done, the only thing you can do is hunker down on your daily habits and what you do, and be an example to your family, to your children, and in order to be an example, you gotta live a certain way. You gotta be consistent with it so that you can be a positive influence to the people around you. Because everybody ain't gonna make it. Everybody is not going to make it. There's a lot of food for the gods around here. There's more food for the gods than there are gods. Put it like that. Most of us are food for the gods. Expendable. Body parts. Body parts. When you think about what you do on a daily basis, who needs you? Talk to me. When you think about what you do on a daily basis, everything that you do, who really needs you? Who needs you here? Will the world be affected if you were not here? And you answer that question truthfully. Truthfully. Because you are the people that they're marketing this filth to. So that you can do the drugs, do the alcohol, pickle up your organs, so they can find you in some back, in the back entrance of some club somewhere, gut your ass open like a fish, and take your liver and kidneys out, and they can go across China or Europe or somewhere and sell your liver for $20,000. That's all you are. That's all you are. You better think about that when you're deciding to not have discipline and overconsume on things that you know are detrimental to you. You need to think about that. Am I acting useless here? Am I acting? All of us are not useful. Can I be 100% honest with y'all? All of us are not useful. There are people that should have never been born. There are. Now the question would be, are you one of them? Now the question after that is, are you one of them that should have been born? Or am I here, I'm just eating, farting, fucking, and doing a 9 to 5 that gets on my nerves, and then I just recycle that next week, and then the week after that, and the week after that, and save up a little money to take a little bullshit vacation to, I don't know, Mexico or some cheap ass place, and that's just going to be my life for the next 20 years or something like that. So then why wouldn't they mind getting rid of you if that's all that you do? Talk to me. Why wouldn't they, the elite, the powers that be, mind getting rid of you if all you do is eat, shit, sleep, and fuck? Y'all see? Y'all get the big picture now? So that when we're talking about fairness and equal rights and all of this stuff, all this equality stuff, y'all have to know y'all banging on the wall. Y'all banging on a brick wall with your bare hand. Because at the end of the day, you don't matter. You don't really matter. And what's even worse, the people that you can matter to, you don't even want the responsibility of them. You motherfuckers that have kids that turn your back on your own children. The one entity or the thing that is here that depends on you, you don't even want that response. You're a useless eater. And the only thing that could make you useful is taking care of your child, and you don't even want that. You want to get flued out to the DR to fuck some transformer out there for $10. That's what you want to do. So, I want to get me a so-called feminine girl who ain't nothing but a Mr. and Mrs. out there. A Mr. and Mrs. out there that you pay $10 for because the exchange rate is 6 to 1 or something like that, and that somehow you winning. So somehow you cheating the system when you're useless. How do you know you're useless? Don't your manager make you feel useless? Don't your boss look at you like, you got about one more year before we let you go, and you feel that shit. You feel useless. You feel like they don't care about you, and you don't use that energy to at least have influence on those who depend on you. You don't even want that too. You just want to eat, sleep, drink, and fuck. That's it. That's it. And you wonder why people dropping like flies around here. It's not fair. It's not fair. When has civilization in any regard been fair? When? Some of us are on the lower end. Some of us are in the middle. Some of us are, upper tier. Some. And it's all by, you could say some of us are oppressed and have no choice, and, all the narratives we believe at the end of the day. But then there's always somebody who showed you, somebody who's stupider than you, who exceeds you, who is stupider, more stupid than you, but manages to surpass you. Then what is that? How can the game be rigged if this retard is outrunning me? This person without as much skill as me has more than me. How does that work? You sitting on the on everything's unfair platform. You got your plaque card, your banner, injustice, injustice, injustice. And somebody with half a brain it has passed you by. Half your brain, half your talent, half your skill, half the money you have. Didn't grow up with parents. You probably had two. You probably had both parents, at least for the first 10 years of your life. They were born in the gutter. Dumped in the garbage can, or dumped off with grandma, or raised by wolves or some shit like that, and surpass you. You got 2 legs, 2 eyes. You can walk and talk, and still, life is unfair. And somebody in a wheelchair, somebody in a wheelchair outrunning you. In a wheelchair. Goddamn hop and drop outrunning you. The reality is most of us are useless. And you got to figure out a way to make yourself useful to somebody. Somebody's got to miss you out here. I know you little nigglets that are listening to the manosphere and all the talk about getting the getting something for nothing trope, and you're gonna wind up real sad and sorry. Listen to all of that. You're not gonna get anywhere. You're just not gonna get anywhere. This whole something for nothing. How can you want something for nothing and you ain't got nothing? You at least gotta have something to warrant all this entitlement. Everybody and they raggedy ass mama wants something out here for no exchange. The world doesn't work that way. The world doesn't work that way. And you pay for your for shunning responsibility. You guys will pay for that because you're already obsolete. You're already obsolete. At least try to pretend. At least try to pretend to be a man to somebody. Good Lord. At least try. There's never something for nothing. It's going to cost somewhere. It always does. It always does. It always does. So all we're trying to do, UGC, my ugly girls, is be useful. Is to avoid being a useless eater out here. There are people who are, but they don't have to be you. You don't have to be one of them. You don't have to be one of them. The way the world is going, it's very scary. It is some people say we living in the last days. I don't think that I don't believe that. I don't believe in the last days kind of thing. Right? The world is going to keep going until the sun burns out. The last day on earth will be when the sun burns out. That'll be the last day. We're not living in the last days though. That's not for a long, long time. So the world ends when you die. You know when the world is going to end? When you do. Hello. That's when the world ends. And you have to decide between now and when the world ends for you, what you're going to do. What are you going to do with your time? Are you just going to eat, sleep, shit, and fuck? Is that it? Is that it? That primitive shit? Or are you going to shake things up? Maybe cure some people. Maybe, help some people out of depression, make them laugh, or I don't know, something. What are you going to do? How are you going to make yourself irreplaceable? How are you going to make yourself irreplaceable? And I want you to think about that for yourself. And you know what's going to happen when you start thinking about that? You're going to start looking at everybody. You're going to start looking and evaluating what everyone else is doing. And then you're going to see that everyone else ain't really doing anything. Then you're going to feel a little better about yourself. And then you're going to say, well, I'm okay. I'm all right because such and such is this and such is doing that. And my parents always did this. And my auntie is doing that. And my kids are doing this or whatever. So I'm good. You're going to go to compare yourself to everybody else. But if you want to be a god or a goddess, you don't compare yourself. Being a goddess is not about comparisons. It's about singularity. It's about becoming singular. So you resist the comparisons, especially the people who don't measure up to what you want to be anyway. Why would you compare yourself to somebody who's mediocre? Why would you do that to yourself? It's about singularity. Let me see what y'all talking about here. Those who bear the most responsibility survive. You better believe it. You better believe it. That's part of having a will to live. You need to be responsible for something to have a will to live. You need to want the responsibility of what you're responsible for in order to have a will to live, just to keep your physical form on this planet. You know how many people will themselves to die every day? Just like, I'm out. I'm done. And next thing you know, a couple months later, they out of here. It happens. Can you elaborate on singularity? You mean like unity? No, I don't mean like unity. I mean like exactly what it is, being singular, being one, being one of a kind, being you and nobody else but you. And nobody else but you. So it's not, and I know we talk about unity a lot, but I'm not going to discredit unity. Unity is necessary, right? For those that it's necessary for. Some of us have a different kind of walk that for the most part is very one-sided and very very aligned. Especially if you want to be above average. Some of us, all we want is average. So unity kind of encompasses average. If we're going to be honest, I just want to unify means I just want to be like everybody else. Is that what unity is? I eat like you, I dress like you, I talk like you, I pray like you. Let's unify. We'll be one. We'll be one. If some of you are honest, that doesn't bring you joy though. Some of you are honest, you feel a little bit imprisoned by that because you're not able to do the thing that you want to do because there are presets that you have to now abide by. And if you go against that, you're abandoned by your tribe. So there's that too. There's that too. I mean, that's what culture mostly is about control. Cultural stuff is about behavioral modification. This is how you behave. This is what is right. This is what is wrong. This is what we do on Friday. This is what we do on Monday. This is what we do December 25th. This is what we do at the equinox or whatever. You know, your life is already laid out dealing with culture. And this is why, you know, the clients that I have, like I have a lot of women from different parts of Africa, and they have a hard time with autonomy because, you know, the families are so on them about being a certain way, doing a certain thing, and you got to do it this way, you got to do it at this time, you got to do it with this person and all that. And oftentimes they feel really stifled. They feel really stifled. They're going and running and getting these degrees that they have no interest in really being, but for the, you know, the good of the whole and pleasing parents and whomever. You know, their life is not theirs. Their life belongs to the people that they have to impress and the people that they have to, quote unquote, live for. And there are a lot of people that do have to live for other people. But if you're wrestling with it, then you're not one of them. That's all I'm saying. If you have a problem with that, if the thought of that disgusts you, then you are not one of those people. And that's just what it is. That's just what it is. So, you know, that's the message today, along with this this NAS X thing is just a drop in the bucket, y'all. We haven't reached the peak of the debauchery that this society is going to be taken through. It's going to be much more than this. And what you want to do is to try to be as healthy as you can through it. Try to maintain as much sanity as you can through this. Focus and discipline is more important now than ever before. Although it's being sold as a free for all. Anybody who's disciplined, you know you're missing out on life, right? But you got to understand your very survival depends on what you say no to now. Your very survival depends on what you deny yourself. That's where we're at. That's where we are. This is things that I coach women in. I mean, I know I seem crazy to a lot of people. I'm not infallible. I make mistakes like everybody else. But I know what I know, what I know. I stand on what I know. Believe that. Believe that. So you take the medicine or not, it is totally up to you. But make yourself useful. And that means you're making yourself responsible for yourself and somebody or somebody's else. That's all that is. What is natural selection but an intricate process of elimination system? An intricate process? I don't think it's so intricate these days. I think people are exterminating themselves. People are canceling themselves out. You know, I don't know. Natural selection. I don't really see it as intricate. I see a full court press going on now. Full court press. Everything's being sped up. Everything is being sped up. And you got to find what's going to trigger the God or the goddess in you. What's going to trigger that? And the pump up, the I am God thing. We needed that at one point. It was useful at one point, but we got to get beyond that. We got to get beyond that and get to something that we can believe. If we're gonna be honest, a lot of the pump up that we hear, we don't believe anyway. We don't really believe it because it hasn't changed your life, right? We being truthful here. If you believed everything you read in the history books and all that, it would have changed your life by now. You would have been living differently by now. So it's just, most of it is just information. Most of it is just information. Just things that you know, but don't apply. Why don't you apply it? Because there's knowledge that you do something with, and knowledge that just becomes things that you know because you don't have an emotional attachment to it. And most of the knowledge that we have, there's no emotional if there's no emotional attachment to it, there's no pivot that happens. You won't pivot. You will remain the same. There must be some emotional component to what it is you know in order to move you in a different direction. How do we get an emotional component to the things that we know? We have to merge the new knowledge with what we already have in our head. We have to we create associations between what's already here and what we're learning. And go, okay, now I have understanding. Now I understand it. And once you understand it, which would be the emotional component, once the emotional component has merged with knowledge, then you act. Then you gain experience because it now changes what you do. Then you gain experience from what you know. Otherwise, it's dead information. Dead information. A lot of y'all know a lot of shit that has not changed your lives. That do not make you feel better about yourself. You're still depressed. You're still insecure. You're still struggling with money issues and whatever else. It hasn't changed you. But what do you have understanding of that can change you? What are you emotionally attached to that you put on the shelf out of fear of what they say? Start tackling that. Start tackling that. Anytime I accomplished anything difficult in life, there was an emotional attachment connected to the desire and the motivation. Bingo. 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 So you don't become a better person by wishing it, by reading about it, or by talking about it. You become a better person by doing it. It is as simple as that. You feel better about yourself by doing better for yourself. That's it. You can theorize and intellectualize self-esteem, but you got to get your hands dirty. You have to alter your habits. You have to create other habits. I'm not telling you what I think, I'm telling you what I know. As the consummate underdog that I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. And even as the underdog, I don't have room for anybody else on my throne but me. My virtual throne, I sit on that. It's measured to fit my ass and only my ass. I'm the only one that can fit in my throne seat. I don't have room for nobody else. You can sit beside me in your own chair, but not with me on my throne. And that's the attitude you have to adopt. I know a lot of you think, it's just a pity party going on over here. All because I said I'm ugly. I'm ugly, but I'm still better than you. How? Don't get it twisted. I'm ugly, but in my mind, I'm still better than you. Regardless, because I do better. I do better for myself. So it's immovable. It's not. It doesn't. My flex is separate from what people assume about me, and they assume a lot of shit. They assume very, very not nice things. But this is life. This is life. Maria says, because you're not ugly. Thank you, Maria. Doesn't matter either way, though. Doesn't matter either way. Queen of Hearts says, Selkers, I'm in here hollering, yes. You know what it is. You know what it is. You definitely know. I'm ugly, but I'm not weak. Say it again. Say it again. Say it again. Don't let it move you. Put your feet in quicksand. When these motherfuckers try to call you out your name and tell you how unattractive and how you don't measure up, be unmoved. Put your fucking feet in quicksand. Not even quicksand, cement. Because quicksand you sink. Put it in cement. Be immovable. And when I say be immovable, don't put any energy into that. Don't put any energy even into a response to the shit. They tell us to talk out of pocket. Say, okay. Okay, thanks. And keep it moving. And keep it moving. Because you got life to live. And you got a higher purpose than the opinions of people who ain't showing up 100% for themselves. Because the most people that criticize you ain't 100% for themselves. They're not. If they got time to give you unsolicited critiques, they definitely ain't 100% for themselves. I ain't got time to give nobody an opinion about nothing unless you ask me. I'm not concerned enough and I ain't got enough time to tell you about nothing unless you ask me for it. You have to ask me. That's how this goes. So if anybody's giving you something you ain't asked for, they got too much fucking time on their hands. Hello? They have too much goddamn time on their hands. That's why they're in your face trying to condemn you. Tell them to get a second job. Tell them to get a second job. Carl, looking divine, lovely and divine. Wonderful. Wonderful. Ellie says, okay, you think I'm ugly, and I always respond with thank you. The feeling is mutual. That's a nice response. That's real. That's cute, compact, to the point, exact. Yeah, you gotta do that. You gotta do that. You don't realize how much of a blessing you are. I realize how much of a blessing I want to be. Put it like that. And I'm doing something that I don't want to do anything else but what I do, which is to help people. I don't see myself doing anything else but what I do, which is to help people become emotionally free. That's what my name means. My name literally translates as liberator of the breath. So that's all me. That's me all day, all night, and twice on Sunday. Self is the God in you shines through. We love you. Oh, thank you, Flower. And I'm sending that love back to you 2 times over. Hugs and virtual kisses to all of you. And I just want you to think about your lives and what you want it to mean. And you hold a magic wand. You're your own fairy godmother over your life. Just start opening your eyes and trusting your instincts, trusting what your heart tells you. People will come to create doubt and to try to get you to second guess yourself. And you need to rebuke that. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. If you make a mistake on your terms, it's better than doing what somebody else wants you to do. Let me repeat that. If you make a mistake on your terms, it is always better to make a mistake on your terms than to do what somebody else wants you to do. Because anything you do, you affirm you. You build trust. You trust yourself incrementally with every decision that you make. So you may start off with a mistake, but you'll soon have more accuracy. As with anything that you learn, as with anything that you're doing that you haven't mastered, you develop accuracy as you go along. So don't be afraid. Just don't be afraid. There's a lot of shit going on out here. And I've told y'all before, once you lose your mind, you can forget it. So you got to hold on to that. And you got to do whatever you have to do to support a sound mind. Listen, your legs could be shit, but if your mind is intact, somebody can still utilize you for something. Somebody can still need you for something. So hold on. Just hold on. And that's it. I struggle with the shame that comes from making those mistakes. Society doesn't let ugly people bounce back. I needed to hear this. Well, society may penalize ugly people more, but what you will feel is your agreement with the penalization that you get from other people. Your agreement is what cuts. You saying, yeah, I deserve that, is what will hurt more. It's always how you feel about yourself that's going to hurt the most. And I know it doesn't seem like that because people hurt us. But the only reason why people can hurt us is because we agree. We agree with what they're saying. Y'all understand that? When you agree with what they're saying, it becomes the truth. It becomes the truth. Thank you, Spoken Truth. Love you. Thank you for reminding me of my strength. You got it, babe. And I appreciate you. So y'all, I gotta get off the horn, get some sustenance going. I just wanted to come on here and share my thoughts on this NAS X thing and just everything else. Y'all hold on. It's gonna be a bumpy ride, but y'all hold on. Unleash your guardian angels or your demons, however you call it. And you'll be all right. I thank everybody for donating to the channel, for all of you who have subscribed, for all of you that put something in the Cash App. I appreciate all of you too. And you just leave a comment and share the video, like up the stream and all of that. Support the channel. Just support. Okay? All right, y'all. Peace and love. Bye.